right, true believers, welcome to another exciting episode of Heart in the Paint. Let's get to the obvious, okay? Obviously, we didn't get any Spider-Man Far From Home trailer at all. Now, it was going to release. I think it was Brazil or some sort of conference they had where they were having a showcase of the Far From Home, and we did get an interview from Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal and some of the other cast members, which they were breaking down the storyline, which we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yes, there was no trailer, absolutely no trailer. Nobody saw anything. I think Brazil saw some sorts of it, but it was delayed on the massive level. It was literally, there was so many broadcasting live that we were gonna see it, but they just delayed it at a later time, which I think it could be coming around the Spider-Man Far From Home. The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which we will get the trailer maybe there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be happening in the early 2019. I don't know, but my my projections are going to be around the Spider-Verse. So, before we kind of get into some potential Avengers Easter eggs here, which we kind of already talked about, but I mean, it's really being emphasized now. We're going to be talking about the interview between Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Holland, and a couple of cast members, which Jake Gyllenhaal, he was asked about Mysterio, and for some reason, everybody's jumping on and finally figuring out that Jake Gyllenhaal is Mysterio, which, guys, I don't know how we missed this. I was talking about it for like the past 6 months. We even saw set footage when they filmed this summer, so I don't really know how that was missed. But anyways, the interview was said that Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio is going to be a good guy, and then later on at the end of the film, he's going to be turned as a villain, where Spider-Man and Mysterio are working together to fight all these different kind of entities. Okay. I think that could be trolling there. I think they're literally trolling us right in front of our eyes. I don't really think that's going to happen. I think they're really literally playing a joke on us, because this type of marketing is very creative. Like Jake Gyllenhaal playing as Mysterio is literally causing an illusion right in front of us, because that's literally what he does, so I don't think that is true. I really don't think this is true at all. I don't think that he will be Mysterio is a good guy, so I kind of we can just bench that. I don't really think this is any truth to it. I think they are kind of getting a reaction from us. We've been seeing this for the past couple of weeks from Marvel Studios, the same with the Prelude comic and all these other things all these predictions that are going out. It's not true. I don't think it's true at all. We do see some set footage where that's not literally they're fighting, but it looks like in this stance they are fighting. So we saw Jake Gyllenhaal in full Mysterio gear in the set footage. I can probably put a link to those set footage, sorry guys, in some of our posts as well as our YouTube channel. So guys, if you're listening to this and if you're new, just kind of like the intro said, go follow us and subscribe to us on Heart of the Paint Podcast. Literally, Heart of the Paint Podcast is everywhere. If you just search for it, and you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or we're forming up our YouTube right now. You can go subscribe to that. Be awesome. I'm still uploading a whole bunch of videos of this, and I'm actually going to be doing some special broadcasting on our YouTube channel, so just be on the lookout for that. And again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing and sharing and liking and donating. You guys have been awesome. So we just had some to update you on the progression of this channel. So we've got some sponsorships, guys, so you're gonna be seeing some commercials and all that kind of stuff. So that is so awesome. It's because I got these sponsors. Is because of you guys. So I'm so super excited. So happy Monday to you guys. Let's get into some Avengers talk here. Some potential Easter egg that a lot of people been talking about over this weekend. Let's talk about it right now. All right, so the big Easter egg and rumor going around now. Again, guys, this is a potential spoiler alert if you don't want to know this. If it is true, then it is a spoiler. One of my YouTube people that I follow is Everything Always, which is kind of cool because he's in Marietta, Georgia, where I am. We this weekend, the Friday episode, which again I have to commend all of you guys. That is the highest grossing episode I put out. You know, you guys listen to it crazy amounts. It's already over its marker. We've reached that point of plays the quickest. All right, so I applaud you guys for that. But so we talked about this. We didn't emphasize it because, I mean, again, the trailer was just put out at 8 a.m. I think the episode was that we did was put out like around 8:10, and then another one later that day. But at the end of the credits, I want you guys to go back and look at this after we watch this episode. And if I upload this episode on YouTube, I'll pretty much slow it down for you guys. But in the Avengers Endgame, ending logo, we do see rings going around it. Now we do see the formation of the logo, which we already talked about, the theme of dust and the theme of like the Avengers, all the pieces that are missing coming back together and almost to a solid form. Not almost, but I mean not fully, but almost, being that there's going to be some pieces of the Avengers characters that are not going to make it. But the rings that are turning, this is a very, very popular Easter egg right now. These are the rings of Nebuchadnezzar, okay? Which was where Thornbreaker was forged. We understand that from the Infinity Wars. But don't forget what else was there. The mold that was there was the other Infinity, or the original Infinity Gauntlet mold, okay? Now, Thor fixed Nebuchadnezzar, the dying star. Now, this could be a huge Easter egg that they're going to go back and make their own Infinity Gauntlet and find the crystals from different timelines, or a different time in this timeline, should I say, because it doesn't make sense. Now there is an Infinity War series out right now, which now is Infinity Warp. I'm not going to go too deep into that, where they went into different realities to steal their stones, but in not to use a pun, but in reality, those things won't work because they work in their realities. If you cross over, it's not going to work. Okay, so I do want to put that out there. Now, that, take it for a grain of salt. Everything that we say when it comes to theories and theory crafting and Easter eggs and all those things, because it could change at any moment. Okay, guys, but that's something that the rings are moving. Go back and slow it down if you can, or just look at it. Keep on looking at it. They potentially look like the rings of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? Why would they put something in there like that? Now, we did go over it this past Friday with our episode this past weekend. But we just didn't take time to emphasize that, because again, if we keep on watching these trailers and watching them, we can see like so many Easter eggs therein. Even with Scott Lang, in the top left corner, there's some people that found that it says archived, something that's been saved. So there's a potential leaks happen. Now, again, even though Scott says, "Oh, you remember I met you a couple years ago," even though he said that, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no time lapse. There could be a time lapse because, our characters do look a little bit older, except for Black Widow. But anyways, because if Scott Lang just came out, doesn't know how much time passed, he's going to necessarily think it's the same time. It's only so much time has gone by. Okay, and also we don't know how he got out of the quantum realm. So take that as a grain of salt. But I want to just stop by just to kind of like submit that to you guys. So that's pretty much it. Quick episode, guys, just to kind of update you guys with the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Don't really know when it's going to come out, although we know that it's delayed, and it might just come out around the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which comes out the 14th. I'm pretty psyched for that. We're going to be doing a review of that one, as well as the new Easter egg, theory of the Avengers Endgame into the footage trailer right there. So take a look at that, guys. Have some fun with that. If at any time, guys, if you find any other Easter eggs or any potential theories, head on over to the Anchor app. Hit that talkback button. That is the way you can comment on this episode at any time. If you want to do some additional commenting or feedback or any kind of thing, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at Heart in the Paint Podcast. And just hit me up. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much taking time out of your busy day to listen to me rant, as always, guys. And don't forget to head on over to anchor.fm/Heart in the Paint Podcast. That's, again, anchor.fm/Heart in the Paint Podcast to donate, guys. We are just taking it in. We are potentially going to be doing some giveaways in 2019. All these giveaways of movie tickets and Blu-rays and all these good stuff. So I'm really, really excited to go into that. But also be on the lookout for these commercials that I'm going to be putting out into the podcast, getting you guys ready for our new, brand spanking new audio series. We're going to be doing an audio series where we did talk about it, if you all guys remember, but it's going to be a full-on audio series. I don't know how many episodes there will be in a season, but it's going to be once a week, maybe around Friday. We haven't solidified anything, but we are in the writing stages, almost into pre-production of our audio series. And it's going to bring you all the comic book heroes into an audio series, just like back in the day, or the audio books that you see. Pretty excited about that. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of days, into the next couple of weeks. We're going to be really pushing that, and that's going to be in the early next, the first couple months of 2019. We're going to be releasing that. So be pumped for that, guys. Also look up, if you do follow all of our social media, we're going to be marketing that as well. So pretty pumped for that, guys. Be excited for that. All right. Well, I'm pretty much done, guys. Stay awesome and have a great Monday.